I'm Linzy Gardner at school district headquarters, where teachers take to the streets for their own. I'm Linzy Gardner at LA Live, where Denzel Washington and the Boys and Girls Club welcomes its newest partner. That story next. I'm Linzy Gardner in Koreatown, where these protesters are gearing up for a fight. Jay, I'm outside of LA Unified School District headquarters, where over 300 teachers are taking to the streets for a rally. Take a look behind me. Their goal is to convince district leaders to stop plans that would cut hundreds of jobs. Angry faces and angry voices outside of the Los Angeles Unified School District headquarters. Inside, board members announced plans to cut nearly 1,000 jobs district-wide.
Cutbacks have got to go.
Teacher Omar Hussein says the cuts are a bad idea.
I think the cuts are just, devastating to our students, to the safety at our schools, and they're unnecessary. I mean, we have that $100 million of federal ed jobs money. The district's choosing to sit on it in case of, future budget problems, but that's not what the money was earmarked for. It was earmarked to save education jobs now.
Who's got the power? We've got the power. This rally is a last-ditch effort to save the jobs, but district officials say they've lost more than $1 billion in funding over the last 5 years. School leaders say everyone is taking a cut.
We have laid off a couple thousand people, and so we're feeling it just like every other agency, public agency and private company out in the world.
Still, teachers and students say schools will suffer. Student Linda Hernandez says she is already feeling the impact.
We're not getting that one-on-one attention that we used to get. Teachers, they're kind of stressed out. They don't know who's going to get cut back. How does that affect how they're teaching? Everybody's worried, and I'm worried too.
The cuts will take effect immediately following the boardroom meeting that's taking place as we speak. From district headquarters, I'm Linzy Gardner, News 25 LA. Jay, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Nancy.
Hey LA, I'm Linzy Gardner with Tinsel Talk. Today we're in downtown LA, where J-Lo and Denzel come together for a great cause. They are two of the biggest stars in the world, and today, Denzel Washington and Jennifer Lopez came out to help some of their smallest fans.
Jennifer Lopez.
Washington introduced Lopez as the Boys and Girls Club of America's newest spokesperson. A longtime member himself, Washington also talked about how kids can benefit from the organization.
It's a sanctuary. It's a place to learn, to grow, to feel confident, to find friends, to learn life lessons. All the things that it did for me and all the things that it did for Jennifer, it can do for these kids too.
Now, 2010 is a very special year.
The announcement ceremony brought out the top officials of the 150-year-old club. Lopez herself joined when she was just 6 years old. She credits her success in music, movies, and motherhood to the lessons she learned at the South Bronx Boys and Girls Club.
While I was trying to learn and explore who I was, the Boys and Girls Club was there like a family away from home to support me. The club encouraged us to believe in ourselves and to be great.
The event also included dozens of local Boys and Girls Club members. I talked with several of them about meeting two superstars face to face. What about Denzel?
I thought he was really funny because he kind of made us laugh a lot. I thought it was nice for them to talk about the Boys and Girls Club and let us stand up there.
It was great for them to come out here because they don't usually come out here a lot. They have closed press conferences for certain people.
Now, J-Lo made a bit of history today. She's the first female spokesperson for the Boys and Girls Club of America. In downtown LA, I'm Linzy Gardner with Tinsel Talk. Jay, I'm in Koreatown right now as this protest is underway. Take a look behind me as protesters line the street. They say the U.S. is to blame for the new conflict in Korea.
No more sanctions, no more lies! No more sanctions.
With shouts and bullhorns, these people want their voices heard from Washington, D.C. to Korea. They want the U.S. military out of South Korea.
And the need for peace on the peninsula?
Demonstrator Daniel Kim says this message is crucial to every Korean.
Our people have a long history of war on the peninsula, and we don't want to see another war. And we see so much that scares us about in what's happening now, and we're really concerned about the way the U.S. government is escalating by sending troops and having war games on the peninsula.
With the recent flare-up of violence between North and South Korea, this coalition of anti-war demonstrators fears the U.S. is headed towards full-scale war. The Obama administration has vowed to defend South Korea at all costs.
It's the U.S. war machine!
A cost Iraq war veteran Mike Preisner says is too high.
We're in the middle of an economic crisis, a deep economic crisis, where unemployment is skyrocketing, foreclosures are skyrocketing, there's constant budget cuts and tuition hikes to our schools, yet all of the money is being thrown into the Pentagon. It's all wrapped up in the Department of Defense, paying for new bombs and new tanks to wage new wars of aggression.
Organizers say they're planning a national protest next month. From Koreatown, I'm Linzy Gardner, News 25 LA. Jay, I'm right in front of the apartment complex where this murder took place last night. Simi Valley police say that it may be a case of domestic violence. You can see the victim on the ground inside the complex. He died on the way to the hospital. Witnesses say the man was shot to death by his girlfriend. Detectives took the woman into custody and booked her on murder charges. Neighbors say the two had been fighting shortly before the shooting. The name of the victim has not been released. The name of the suspect is also being withheld. From Simi Valley, I'm Linzy Gardner, News 25 LA. Back to you, Jay.
Okay, thanks, Linzy.